Hello, everyone. Welcome to the roguesun podcast. This is a show with every new episode, we've got a new villain. Today, I'm your host, Bash, and I'm joined by my friends and my fellow hosts, Charlie and Addy. How are you guys doing today?
Man, yeah, got 4 villains in this one. Kind of spoiler, but yeah, it's a crazy issue. This week's kind of been as busy as this issue for me. Honestly, I know you guys have had kind of a crazy week too, but we got Joker coming out next week. I was able to sneak out and see Transformers 1 last night. That was absolutely fantastic, and Radiant Black's coming back soon. So what's not to be excited about? So yeah, can't wait. This issue was fantastic. Can't wait to get into it. How are you, Ali?
I'm doing good. Like you said, it's been a crazy week. So, but anytime a massiveverse book comes out, I'm excited. I cannot wait for Radiant Black. We've been waiting a long time for it. So happy that it's like just around the corner. It should be a big one. But we're on the Rogue Sun podcast where we talk about Rogue Sun, and this issue has been great. What did you guys think?
Yeah, solid issue. Any issue where we get one new villain's great. This issue gives us 4 new villains. Already given it.
It'd be easier to count the issues where we didn't get a new villain at this point.
Mhm.
Is there one?
Yeah, I would say there's probably
Is
there's,
there
there's
one?
a few. There's a
There
few I
might
could
be
think
one
of.
or two. Yeah, there might be one or two. But yeah, yeah. No, you're definitely right about that.
Yeah.
We were talking a little behind the scenes. Like we've had a lot less issues of Rogue Sun, but like that compared to Radiant Black. But man, this roster of characters in this story is just flowing. We definitely got a lot more villains than any other Massiveverse book. But it's just it fits this book. It's been since day one, and we can't get enough apparently. So we'll take more, and they're all awesome until they stop being awesome. We'll take more.
I just had to pull out my issue there. Woo, there it is. So yeah, Rogue Sun number 22. If you haven't picked it up, obviously get to your comic book stores, pick it up before you listen to this episode. We're going to cover all the awesome stuff about this issue. Obviously, there are going to be spoilers, and like we said before, we don't want to show too many pages on the stream, so we've got 4 pages pulled aside that we thought had some of the most important events or characters. 4 pages, 4 villains. You see where I'm going with this? For the rest of the stream, it's going to be exciting. So let's get to the credits right now and talk about the creators for this issue. If my thing wants to load, there we go. So yeah, obviously we've got the cover here. Another gorgeous Stefano Simeone cover. I know you guys are big fans of the border.
Yes, we love the border.
You know what? I will say, yeah, the border we are all not fans of. Famously Matt, for sure. He's definitely not a fan of them. But I will say what they did with the Cowl 2 board, with the Cowl reprint, where you showed it, they actually put the gold on that side, and they put the gold on across the cowl. Like, man, I
So nice.
that kind of gave a little bit of a different outlook of kind of what they could do with these kind of banners and things. So yeah, I'm still not a huge fan, but yeah, who knows? It's fantastic art. So yeah, we can't. It's not the end of the world. We'll take it.
Yeah, I just saw the. I think Michael Vasudo posted the image of this artwork. Or maybe it was one of us in the Discord.
full one.
Oh yeah,
Discord. Yeah, without the
Yep.
border, and it's just to see without it, it's so much better. But
And I believe
I know
there was another
mandated,
process. So. There was another process done by Stefano on X. He does like a time lapse of him drawing the whole covers. So I think that's super cool.
Yeah, so in case those of you are wondering, that's Stefano Simeone, the artist of this cover. He's been doing the covers the last 3 or 4 issues. Amazing artist. We know him from Midlife as well, another book. I guess you could say he's Massiveverse adjacent with the fellow Massiveverse alumni, Brian Bucalato, doing the writing. Fantastic book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. But back to Rogue Sun. This is cover A. We don't got a cover B. Hopefully in the future we'll get some more variants for Rogue Sun. I feel like we've talked about John Pearson maybe doing a variant for Rogue Sun. That would be really cool. But,
25 would be unreal.
Yeah,
it'd be unreal. I don't know if we know how long Stefano's going on. I believe he's definitely doing the next couple, but I don't believe.
I think.
Yeah, I don't believe we know who's doing 25 yet. So that could be exciting.
Well, we were talking something backstage before the start of the stream that we wanted to bring up real quick before we get deep into this issue, which is so Rogue Sun. This 22. there are not many image books these days, or just books in general, that are not franchise based. So not like something like Star Trek or Sonic or an existing franchise, or not big two. Not many books on the you can say direct market, even the indie market, that are that deep into it, unless it's like something that's been going for a very long time, like Savage Dragon or Spawn. But speaking of, here's some books we pulled out that are longer than Rogue Sun, but they're, like we said, there aren't that many. So we've got King Spawn with the next issue coming out as 38, Ice Cream Man with issue I think 41 next coming out, House of Slaughter with 26, Something's Killing the Children with 40, Department of Truth with 26, Philadelphia with 35 and 36 said to be determined release date, Saga with 69, Grimm with 20, Gunslinger Spawn with 36, and Scorched with 34. I'm sure there's some other Spawn title we missed, right? Like, so if there's, let us know. But that's not many books that are that deep into it. So that's really cool to see Rogue Sun, making it this far. And we were really talking about, what we could expect for the 25th issue. I'm hoping for either an oversized issue or just something celebrating Rogue Sun, or just something cool. I don't know, maybe just like a variant or two done by some cool artists. I'm just really proud of the fact that this book has made it this far. And honestly, we never expected it, but I don't think we've talked about it, and I don't think the quality's ever dipped. If anything, the book's improved, and I think it's really big found its footing as it keeps going and going. It's establishing more lore. There's so many things. It's arcs.
It's paying off a lot of things that it set up in the first arc. Like I think that's the beauty of it. It's not getting repetitive. It's not kind of
best villains in the Massiveverse. Best villains in the Massiveverse in this book. I think it's fair to say.
Oh yeah, I'd say. Definitely. I don't know. Yeah, we should definitely do like a rogue tier list of both, like Rogue Sun and Radiant Black someday. That could be fun, kind of comparing the two. But yeah, no, it's insane what he can pack into these issues without making it feel too crammed. That was kind of the main thing I took out of this issue. Like with the four villains, we also learned a lot about a lot of side characters that we haven't really have a huge spotlight on yet. So I thought that was really cool. And made us love Dottie's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, of course. This
Dottie's
issue,
awesome.
we just want to talk about one important change, but obviously we've had Ryan Parrott, Nick Cotton for this entire new arc. So it's nice to see that, duo almost bordering the duo of Joe Clark and Kyle Higgins on the Catalyst War. So we've got, two awesome writing duos on two different books, and they're killing it. Love it. Love to see it. Bruno Frenda, the new addition to the book, guest artist. Fantastic work. We were talking about earlier how it feels like an aesthetic blend of Marco Renna and Abel. Like it took elements of both, and his style really feels like it's a bit of both. So we love that. Natalia Marquez, of course, on colors, always amazing. Becca Carey, who is also lettering Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman, by the way. That's amazing. Stefano Simeone on the cover. Wesley Griffith, production artist, Fallen Graphics logo designer. The legend, editor and designer Michael Pasuto. And Rogue Sun created by Ryan Parrott and Abel. So, yeah, like Charlie was saying, Dottie is awesome, and that's literally where we pick up on the first page. It's a flashback to the past, and I agree with you about the pacing. I think one thing this issue did really well is balance the moments between pushing the story forward for Dottie and Divinity, while at the same time, pushing the story forward with Dylan and Marcus. And I thought the pacing was killer. It really did a lot for both ends of those, of those threads in this issue. And honestly, a lot happened. It feels like so much happened. It feels like the issue was longer than it actually was, because so much happened. I'm impressed with that. But we open up first page and we see a little girl sitting in the car with Dottie, and she's playing with a motorcycle. Obviously, this is Divinity. You can see this foreshadowing to the future, or I guess you could say in this case, it's the past. And they're outside some mart trying to fill gas for the car, and they're attacked by a random villain. Who's pissed off, obviously, at Dottie because she's the jailer, and she wants to attack her, kind of revenge sort of thing. Dottie's surprised at the car, which I believe is that a Dodge Charger. Is that like the idea? Is she driving a Dodge Charger? Yeah.
It looks like it from that one page. The lights do, but yeah, it doesn't really give much.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't think
from that
so.
one image, I would say the lights, the back lights, yes, they do mimic that. But yeah, that's really the only one. Could be.
But
You'll have to ask Brian
the
about that.
image. Here's the image right here, right? And you
Oh,
can
that
see
front one. Yeah.
yeah, right here from the back it looks more like it, but maybe
Okay.
I'm
On the
wrong.
next page, it really does. To me.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Lady Calamity, I think's her name, right? Our
Yes.
first villain.
For some
cool.
reason, that sounds so familiar to me. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
we've
is
read
that so? Is that yeah?
before.
Haven't we seen her before?
She's Lady Calamity. Was she in the? She might have been in the therapy.
Yeah, the therapy issue.
She's
Right?
probably in the therapy issue because yeah, we've
Okay,
definitely heard
we
the
got
name.
3 new villains then, not 4. Okay, I thought
Okay,
this was a
yes,
new
I
villain.
guess it
Yeah.
was her first.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it was her kind of first appearance in the real world.
Yeah,
that
that makes a lot of sense actually. I like that. That ties it back to the past even more. So yeah, big moment here. She's just surprised attacks them. I do love, and obviously we can't show every page. We talked about this, but in the next page, Dottie responds with just literally flaming her ass up, like burning her. And I think Charlie posted this on Twitter earlier today when he was talking about like how he
that was
loves
so
this
cool.
issue. I think this is my new favorite picture. Like every time we're gonna talk about how like a creator's cooking or like the issue was fire, I'm just gonna post this picture from now on because it's just such a cool
with
picture.
the gas
She's
hose.
like just cooking her ass, bro. It's literally it's a
that's
grill, it's a barbecue, man. They're serving ribs right there, like.
You know this is in the past because that would have been a really expensive trip to the gas station.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'd say. Actually, one thing that like on these first couple pages that I wanted to ask you guys about, I don't know if we have enough knowledge yet, but when we get Lady Calamity and Dottie kind of fighting here, we find out basically a lot of villains are coming after Dottie because Morningstar's after an army, and obviously Dottie, she's the prisoner, and she's kind of keeping all these rogues from getting back to Morningstar. But now the thing is, so yeah, Lady Calamity's just going off using her powers on Dottie. But then Dottie says, you know the rules, Lady Calamity. Let go, or with a snap of my fingers, I'll let your friends sparkle forever. Meaning, she has the ability to. I took it as she has the ability to get rid of all these rogues like from the gemstones forever. For all of time.
Well,
so my question is why doesn't she? Or did you guys take it as something else?
I thought she meant she would make their like prison permanent. They will sparkle in the chandelier forever. Not necessarily
that's what I mean. But she has the power to entrap them in there permanently. Is what it sounds
that's
like.
her.
I think like with the therapy sessions, like isn't the idea that they
she's looking for rehabilitation, not necessarily punishment.
It's like more like Arkham Asylum than it is like without the lunacy of in terms of like just like hostage.
Yeah, there's enough lunacy going on.
Okay. That's good for me. I like that. So yeah, she's giving them a
I like how she looks younger. I don't know if like it was intentionally drawn that way. Obviously it's a flashback.
I think
so obviously there's something, but like I like her neck is a little thinner. Like she looks like she's just a little younger. You know what I mean? Like she has a few years
less stress.
Yeah, less stress, like more agile. Seeing her like more, she's kind of more like usually she's not looking to fight. Whereas I found in this issue at the beginning, she's more like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go? Let's go. Like,
yeah.
That was awesome.
It seemed like I don't know, she's been it seems like this kind of wasn't the first time she was attacked in this sense. But I also find this situation being really interesting in Dottie's perspective. Just like the guilt that she has, I guess. Like you would think she must feel a sort of responsible for like getting Divinity hurt just by her being there and this monster coming after her and Divinity getting hurt and kind of the crossfire. So I think that just kind of also goes towards their relationship and them being so close in the future. Like Dottie just cares. You can tell how much she cares about this girl, and you can tell we still don't know much about the mom, but it doesn't seem like she's much in the picture. We don't really know what she's all about.
I think before this arc ends, or maybe the beginning of next arc, we're gonna find out a little more about her mom, because we've been getting a lot of information about her, both this issue and the last. So it feels like they're definitely building her up for something.
Yeah, it was a really cool partial origin, though. I really liked it. Yeah, and then that's where we go to the next issue, or sorry, the next part of the issue where we're at the present. we're with Dylan and Marcus at the Aviary of Secrets, and we see that there's been a murder. This woman just, her throat is slit. Pretty grotesque scene, honestly, especially for like a place meant to be a sanctuary. It feels like
Yeah.
it really sticks out. It's like wrong. I really like that the scenery of this particular page, and we see Marcus kind of taking a look at her, and
Yeah, this guy's Batman. I didn't know he was such a good detective, but apparently, yeah,
yeah,
he knows all the detective techniques here, which is pretty cool. It just shows his experience and stuff. But yeah, I think I actually didn't notice this like in the first read. I definitely did the second read. But yeah, the art changed like so seamless. The biggest change I saw was definitely in Roguesun's helmet. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was just a
yeah,
little, it's a little wider on the side, like a little wider.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
It looked like more like a Mandalorian helmet.
yeah,
than
yeah, but
yeah,
I honestly, yes, that's actually a really good comparison. But I actually like that. I like that,
yeah,
just showing kind of the different styles of art. But yeah, I think the coloring too really connects all these artists like
yeah,
together like crazy.
Yes. Yes.
That's what really holds this whole
yeah.
thing together. I think because yeah, every time they change artists, same with Radiant Black, they do such a seamless job.
Yeah, I think we're lucky to have Natalia like do the colors for. I think
she
pretty much
brings
all
it.
the
She brings
issues.
it together. Like that
Yeah,
consistency, we kind of feel
100%.
is because she's been doing it throughout different artists. So she
I
keeps
think that's what it is.
yeah. I think she's also just a really good colorist. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
especially, I feel like the supernatural kind of book suits her skills. Like, there's so many little touches that she does every single issue that I think really makes this book stand out even more. And I think we often don't mention that, so it's nice to see. Like, really appreciate the colors. Like on this next page, you can see after she explains she's Erin Goldner, she's a listener on the 12th balcony, 12th floor balcony, or whatever, something like that. And then that's where he's like, yeah, that's Marcus in detective mode. That's where it happened. But that's where she's explaining, she was no one special. She was born out of wedlock to a teenage mother, and one time she tries to kill herself, but that's when I found her. And that scene where she's like ready to jump off the bridge, but then the door opens and like the little
Yeah.
like
It
the
just
little
says purpose.
smoke.
It just
Yeah,
says
but the
purpose
smoke that comes out of the
right
door.
behind the door. It says
Yeah,
purpose, like she's going through to her
yeah,
purpose. That's
yeah.
fucking so good. That's so
Great
good.
coloring.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I really didn't even think about like kind of the larger I don't know things the aviary would do or kind of what they were up to, but we saw a lot more kind of in on their people and what they're all about, and I think that's just a really cool I don't know, a really cool idea of just like another sanctuary beyond space and time. But yeah, kind of definitely different than I thought it would be. For some reason, I guess I didn't even think about it, but it was a pleasant surprise learning all this stuff.
yeah. I love the page where she like grabs her hand. It reminded me of All Star Superman as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Like, but you can see the coloring is amazing because look at the lighting in the background. You can see the light from the street lights. Like it's really nice. The little touch, right? You can see like the glow from each bulb. I don't know, just great stuff. And then we're at the next page. We see that a figure was spotted fleeing the south entrance, and they found out that there was a man there. That's a big deal because this is really cool. This kind of made it like kind of Themyscira-ish, but the sanctuary is just for women. So the fact that there was a man there is like a big deal because they're not supposed to be there unless they're specifically invited, kind of like Dylan is here in this case because she has a relationship with the roguesun, like professional relationship, and that's where we get a little bit more into that past where that I find it hilarious that this is what Dylan's interested in. It's like this whole murder shit, and he just wants to be
No, he
roasted.
doesn't care. He's like,
Okay,
oh,
whatever.
did you have
But he's like,
did
did
you
you
ever
ever
do
get
anything with that
sweaty?
lady?
Yeah, you guys get sweaty and dirty, and you ever like clean each other. He's just like, he's asking his dad, and he's just like, no.
That honestly might have been my favorite like exchange in this whole issue. And the Marcus is like, I've done a lot of bad things in my life, but that was one of them.
Yeah,
It almost seemed like Dylan was disappointed, right, that he never did anything with her. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now
so
he's
true.
like, yeah, 100%. I do like how they sync the vision, like when he's like, the mask interferes with the with
Yeah, that's cool.
his eyes syncing with hers, where she shares her memories, and that's where he sees the kid. Kid, like looks like Dylan Brock, which is there's an ongoing joke we've made before about how Dylan Brock, all that. Anyway, It's funny. So obviously, I don't think it's intentional, but I just think it's hilarious. It's just something I noticed. Anyway, so yeah, they find out who the intruder is. Well, they don't recognize him, but they're gonna go find out who the intruder is. So they go back to Earth or back to outside the aviary, and that's where we move back to the other part of the story, which is with Dahlia and Divinity. This time it's set in a different point of the past, or is it in the present? Yeah, it's in the present.
No, I think it's in the past. No, or is this now? They're rebuilding the.
Yeah, they're rebuilding after it got destroyed after that.
Oh
video.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. You can see like they look a little bit. I mean, Divinity definitely looks older, but Dahlia looks seasoned here as well. Like she looks like she's seen some shit. I do love these pages. They're just talking about what they gotta do. What's happening and how she needs her to cover for her because there's going to be these monsters. And this is another page that I chose, and she's just like, this Divinity just talking shit because she's cocky. She's like, what monsters, like whatever. And that's where it's like these two monsters. And dude, I gotta say, I love this. I think it's Queen Mephitis or something. And
I honestly don't even know the
Dowser.
name of the
Dowser,
lady,
yeah.
but yeah,
They
Dowser.
said the demon's name.
It's too bad. It's too bad Matt wasn't here because he would love this.
He would. Yeah.
Look at Dowser, dude. I love the one thing I love about this series is even with the villains that you're not supposed to take as seriously, like they're probably not going to be like the A tier villains or S tier villains per se, but their designs are so sick you can't just help but like be charmed by it. You know what I mean? Like I really love this one. I thought it was so funny, and I was like, what? I want to see more of these guys because.
Yeah,
like
all those knives that even that demon has, like that's so.
It's like a fan, right? Is that what it is? It's a fan, right?
I think so. Yeah,
it's like one of those fans. You know what I'm talking about? Like the ones that you hold and you're like that.
Yeah. The katana.
Pretty badass. And she has she looks like Azazel with that tail. Like I bet her tail can stab as well. I don't know, man. I thought this was really cool, and I was like, I'm all for the designs, and that's where Divinity says, "I take it. These are the demons you're worried about." And she says, "Here, I thought this was gonna be boring." So Divinity loves a good fight. I really like that about her. She has this like
scrappy.
Yeah, the scrappy nature to her. She reminds me of Ripley from Alien. Like, just wants to kill everything. Let's go. Wants to fight everything. Like, let's go.
And hey, we don't really kind of get to see where these two demons or whatever end. So I'm hoping we get to see them again. And we get kind of a little tidbit of info here on the previous page that she picks this exact location for the Perrine jewelry or the jail or whatever you want to call it because it's like it has a lot of magical energy or magical power.
Well, that's some Buffy Hellmouth shit right there, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, so it's on the Hellmouth. That's what you're saying. That's literally just say it, bro. Nah, 100%. I'm cool with that.
What you call it? A nuclear power plant for the magically inclined. That's what you called it. That's why she never moves to a better part of town.
What it is.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Dude, I swear to God, if roguesun ever gets big enough, I want them to cross over with Buffy. I don't know if that's ever possible. That's like the 90s kind of thing,
I want Buffy, Angel, and Dylan.
Maybe Darkness too. Darkness, that would be really cool. Oh my God, dude, there's just so much you could like cool supernatural characters. I feel like in the indie scene. But yeah, love this page, love these characters, and obviously we get a cool like brief action scenes with Divinity. She tries to attack them, but then she gets whacked in the face, and he says it's so funny because they're here for the house, and it's just like what did they say? This one stinks of. He says we've waited a long time. She says we waited a long time for this little patch of hell to come on the market, dearie, and we ain't letting no skin sack stand in our way. And she says, I take it back. This is absolutely worth my time. Fuck, man. That is some serious housing demand right there. When you got demons coming at you.
Housing crisis.
Yeah, bro. Like the vacancy rates. God damn. Like even the supernatural are getting involved. Like
it's a hot,
space is limited.
Hot plot, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we go back to the aviary and there's some kind of like meeting. All the I don't know what to even call them, but all the other women of the aviary are there with the Raven Queen, and they're not happy.
Yeah.
There's one woman in particular who's trying to usurp her.
I don't know. I don't know about usurp. Usurp maybe is a little strong of a word. Maybe just asking her to politely step down.
I think these are, and I think the thing is like, I think these are fair questions.
No, she's trying to usurp her 100%. Remember, because we find out at the end that it was the Raven Queen who specifically thinks that someone's trying to kill her. Remember? And that's why they killed the
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So-
fair. Yeah,
so
she's
she's
definitely the
100%
one
just
sending
trying
them
to-
out. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's
like
true.
I feel like one of these women is 100% behind the murders
it
because they
could-
want
yeah.
the throne, you know? Because they
It could definitely be
probably,
her.
yeah. Maybe,
But yeah,
I don't know her
I-
specifically.
I think the interesting thing though is like as she points out is like this is kind of a place that was built to protect all these people from mankind, yet like those are like the first people they go to for help with this thing is mankind, which is kind of I don't know. I'm not sure kind of their abilities to like being able to go back to the real world and back to the aviary if they can do that. I'm not sure if they even can.
Well,
But
it
we
sounds
know
like they don't have like agency in the real world necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they see and they keep secrets, but it sounds like or looks like
Yes.
she's using roguesun as her proxy almost.
I think
in the
that
real
that
world.
kind of has to be
You guys
but
see
yeah.
the Wing Keeper? That's the coolest
Yeah.
character since the
Yeah.
Dormant of the Aviary.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that
RIP.
design. That's sick design. So I think
That
that's
is-
the first time we've seen them, right? The Wing Keeper?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah.
How many people do you guys think live here?
Oh,
Oh, man.
hundreds.
I don't know, hundreds. Yeah, probably hundreds.
I would say
Pretty
hundreds.
big.
thousands?
Because I don't think
Yeah.
this is even everybody. This
Yeah, I
looks
think
like
this is just like a little
of
court.
people.
Yeah, maybe like
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
a
like,
couple
you know,
people.
that scene in Black Panther where all the tribe heads meet? Like, that's what
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like, this is like
yeah,
the
but
tribe
it's just
heads.
like so curious. Like they have all the eyes around the world, and they're trying to help all these people like around the world, kind of, I guess, find a purpose. I guess if they've lost one. So yeah, I'd be really curious to find that out, and we also find out there's been more Raven Queens too.
Yeah.
which
I love
is
how
kind
that's
of
the
a cool
segue
point.
to the next page. We were not sleeping together. It was never like that.
Real quick, I have a question. I have a question before we go
What's
to
up?
Dylan and
What up?
Marcus. Do we know what the Eve of Ascension is, or what Ascension is? Or we
I'm
don't know
assuming,
that
is
because
that the process of like what Morningstar does to you, or is it like, I don't know.
So here's what she says. The wing keeper, she comes in, she says, you know, this person doesn't speak for all the court. Leave the queen. She's good. And then she looks at the queen and she says, but we are on the eve of ascension. So I humbly ask if you cannot bring the killer to justice by then, that you step aside so someone else can. So it looks like, it sounds like some kind of event. Hopefully maybe next time we can learn a little bit more about it. I guess if anybody knows, leave a comment or shoot us on Discord, let us know what it means, because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah,
I wonder if that is like Morningstar related though.
It could be. Yeah, it very well could be.
that could be. I just want to. Yeah, I want to learn every. I didn't think, or I guess I should have thought, but I didn't think Ryan was going to necessarily go so deep on the civilization of the aviary. But I think it's a really cool place. And it adds so much. So I absolutely love it. And yeah, there should. I think. I think there was. Yeah, there's only one wing keeper I think we saw. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's
I
more.
would
or
assume
only
there's more.
one. I would think
Usually
there's
there's
more,
at least
right?
2 wings.
Like there's like an army. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At least 2. I would say at least 2.
At least 2
would be my
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. I love how this next page is just Marcus talking about how he didn't have sex with Raven Queen. Like the whole page is that. And
Yeah.
he's just like,
You guys believe him?
Dylan just does not
Yeah,
believe him at all.
my
I
favorite,
think I do.
favorite moment though, my favorite moment though is like, so you're telling me after all those bloody, sweaty battles, you two never stared longingly into each other's eyes and made a bad decision, not even once. And then the bird's like, "Cuckoo!" It's like even the bird is like, "Come on, man, like tell him." And then he's just like, "We've got to leave." He's like, "Super, you didn't answer my question." He's like, "I've done a lot of bad things, most of which I pray you never have to find out about, but I didn't do that." I don't know, man. I guess I believe him. I don't know. I guess I believe him.
I think I believe him too. He seems so steadfast and proud about
Mhm.
not sleeping with her. So
Yeah.
I'll take his word for it.
Yeah, I think I will too. I think they definitely, like he said, it's kind of a different relationship with his wife. Like he's saying, like he's never shared kind of his real world with his wife and Juliet, whereas like he's been through all these crazy times, all these harsh battles. She saved
have this,
him,
like,
he saved
bond.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a bond that kind of any wife he can possibly have on the real world wouldn't be able to understand. So I think that's one thing. So I think there's something there, but yeah, it might not be sexual.
It's like
there's something there.
Lady Stiff, you know? It's like that. Before
Yeah,
he was,
okay.
after he was like platonic with her. It was just like,
Right.
You know,
Right.
we are
It's a
both
professional
warriors.
relationship and a
Yeah,
friendship.
yeah, and they both like kicked ass on the field like several times. They work
Mhm.
together, so it's like, yeah, or like I guess you can say like Hawkeye and the Black Widow even, you know,
Yeah.
because they have a working relationship difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
yeah, it's like they could cross that boundary, but then there's no coming back. Things will get really fiery, literally. But yeah, that's where we get back to the kid who was talking to Aaron. He gets literally picked up Batman style, just like snatched from behind, flown into the air. Obviously, this Batman, he'd like, tie him by the foot and dangle him off the building. But this is roguesun, so he's just gonna do the same thing by holding him and, well, I mean, that's literally what he does. He takes the top of the building, threatens to throw him off. And he's like, "Why did you murder her?" And that's where you find out. This was a cool twist. I wasn't expecting this. I'm not gonna lie. You find out like, no, he didn't actually murder her. This guy is in love with her, and he got a letter a few days ago on his door, telling him to knock on a door at midnight. And then he went through the door and he saw her, and that's where he just saw her get her throat slit, which is like super traumatic. Like when you think about it, like, here's this person
I would
you're in
run
love
away
with.
too, I guess.
Yeah, you just freak the fuck out. Like, what would you do?
Yeah.
Like, that's cruel as well. Like, you think life is handing you an opportunity, and it's just like you kind of go through that.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt for this guy, and he was like freaked out. And then he says, "Yeah, it was Aaron's throat got slit right in front of me." And then he's like, "Did you see the thing that did it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was him." And like the face, the
Love
look on
that
his
page
face,
flip.
that
Love that
oh
page
my
flip.
god, I have the picture here. One sec, I'll pull it out. But yeah, it's well, first of all, here's the. Sorry, I got excited and carried away here. Here's the
Oh yeah, the wing keeper.
the wing keeper that we were talking about. The design, beautiful design, gorgeous artwork. See the Themyscira kind of elements. I love it. How it feels like its own place with its own rules and culture. It's really cool. Love the designs. And here is that page, and he's like, it was him, and that's all you see. Dude, this is like one of the coldest intros right here I've ever seen.
He looks fucking
Just
scary,
like,
man. He looks
look at those
terrifying.
white eyes, dude, like glowing in the dark. That's terrifying. Yeah, dude, I love this intro. I loved it so much. I thought this was a great intro. Like, instantly, this is one of the top villains of the series. Instantly, just from that intro, the way the fight goes, like everything. I was just like, instantly, we got a badass over here, you know?
Yeah, he kind of raised the stakes a little bit, like in villains. Like he just, I don't know, just no messing around. This guy very much also does seem like he's completely on his own in a way. Like he's a brand new guy, and like even Marcus doesn't know who he is. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I think besides him, the big question
I
is
love
who
that
hired
though.
this
I
guy. But
love
yeah,
that Marcus didn't know who he was. It
yes,
made the
that's
fight
cool.
so interesting.
There
Yeah.
hasn't been many new villains besides Hellbent, I believe, is literally might be the only one.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
So
it's important to note that he's hired. He said, "I have an
yes,
account
he is
to
hired.
close." He's hired by, so we don't know who hired him yet to do any of that. But
It's got to be that girl
Yeah,
it's got to be that girl, right?
what
It's
girl?
got to be the girl in the that was trying to
Yeah,
take
that's
the
what we're
crown.
saying. Is the girl's
Gotta
trying to
be,
take
right?
your crown. Yeah.
Oh, at the aviary. Yeah. It could be.
Yeah. It could be.
I'm going with that.
I'm thinking about how did he get in there? Like, okay, so before we jump ahead super quickly. So the
Bro,
fight
remember
starts.
he tells them, doesn't he tell them he's like a jumper or some shit later?
No,
Shadow
that's
jumper.
what
Marcus
Marcus says. So
says,
the fight
Yeah.
starts. Dylan gets his ass kicked because the guy just keeps teleporting left and right, and that's what Marcus says. It's he's a shadow dancer. It's like old ancient magic. You can't beat him by chasing something along those lines. But I'm thinking you can't just walk into the aviary, right? So before we had the doorman, and the door had to kind of appear to you, right? From
So
somebody
maybe
in the
the
aviary.
chick, the woman who hired him let him in.
I agree. No, I agree. I agree with you because then I feel like it has to be an inside job. Someone from inside the aviary had to open the door.
Have to be, right?
Yeah, because we got the key to the kid from, I'm assuming, the Aaron sent him the key,
Aaron
right?
opened the door for him. Yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
if she can send a key, then maybe other women in the aviary can send keys as well to different people
Yes,
for the
You would
doors.
think so.
Aaron-
Yeah, she was just
Aaron
some
didn't seem
random
like
girl,
that.
right?
Right.
Yeah, she was just some
Right.
random
Yeah.
person on floor 20, whatever they said.
420.
Yeah,
But yes,
this is a sick fighting page. I love this like clean, like super clean panels. I love, you guys know I love the pizza slice panels. Just like cut right to it. And love this kick here. This is a classic fight scene right here. I feel like this is one of the best fight scenes just the way it organically came about, the
Yeah.
aura behind it. Like this guy has so much aura, man. Let's be real.
Or
But
when
yeah.
he shoots the last knife and it misses and he says, "Oh, did it miss?"
Yeah.
And then he just falls off
Yeah.
the roof like that.
I knew
Okay.
immediately what
Oh,
he meant
yeah.
when he said that.
Yeah,
I was
of
like,
course,
he
of
100%
course.
he killed the kid. He's
Of
gone, bro.
course.
Kid's gone, bro. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, God damn it, Roguesun, you rookie. You know what I mean? Like anyone else like think like, God damn it, like Dylan, you rookie. You know, like he got you, bro. I love the page. We're not gonna show it here, but obviously they continue fighting, and so he tells them, you know, because you can't. He's a shadow jumper. You don't chase him or dance or whatever. A shadow jumper, he says, old magic. You don't beat him by chasing him. You do it by, turn your anger into fire. So he gets all fiery. I love the panel where it's like half his face with the crack in the mask, and then half like Dylan's mask. Dude, that was so badass. This is like such a Mortal Kombat like little like sequence right here. It's just like fighting, and then he says, "Until we meet again, Roguesun," and he dips. He like jumps off backwards off of the building. Badass. Did he turn into a crow, or did he just disappear? You think?
No, I think he just disappeared. I think that's the crow that came.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
Yeah.
That
Okay.
would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, that would definitely,
that.
if he somehow was able to do that, that would easily be able to be a way into the aviary. You would think,
Yeah.
if he's somehow, but yeah, no,
That's
I
true.
don't think so.
But if he's a shadow jumper, what if he could like appear in shadows, like so he could travel, kind of like
he can. I definitely want
to
to see a little more display on like what he actually like. We saw him moving, very very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see a little more of what the shadow jumping actually does.
I think we definitely will too.
Yeah, and I definitely think so. But yeah, ends on a pretty rough note. They need to get their witness back to the aviary. But
I think he's done. I don't think
yeah,
there's a chance.
it's a little too late.
I think his name is the Philistine, right? Is this the Philistine?
The shadow jumper?
The Philistine?
Because on issue 24 of Roguesun, you can see him coming out of the shadows to grab Dylan.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it says, as supernatural forces plot against them, Roguesun must finally take on the Philistine, and Divinity is facing
the Philistine.
Yeah.
The Philistine.
So maybe this guy is the Philistine.
I would think so. That's a pretty safe.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and it's really cool to see how big a character Divinity is, because as you can see here, in a moment, we're going to show you. Obviously, the issue ends with the kid dying, but we're going to show you something really cool, guys. Here is the cover for the trade paperback, Volume 4, and as you can see, it's Roguesun, Volume 4, Divinity, with Divinity on the cover.
I have not seen this yet.
Abel.
That's cool.
I love that. I love that. This takes like courage to do, where it's like you're not going to put your main character, you're going to put one of your new characters, and I also love it because it's a statement, like saying this is an important character.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, if this issue didn't do that, just giving her a little backstory and planning her a little more into the story, yeah, this definitely does. But yeah, that's a great cover.
It's a great.
We got a Hellbent cover. Yeah, we do got a couple, or Hellbent was on one, right?
Yeah,
yes.
On the
volume.
And then this is coming out.
That's awesome.
March 4, 2025, and this collects 19 to 24 issues, 19 to 24. So this is the next volume collecting everything. So that's crazy to think that the first issue after the return of Roguesun in 2025 will be issue 25. That's crazy to think about. I hope it's a big celebration issue with many cool things. I trust them. It's going to be fantastic. But that's so exciting. It's exciting to think that when the Massiverse returns from the break, we're going to be celebrating the return of Radiant Black with issue 31, no renumbering, as promised by Kyle Higgins. It's going to continue. And it's really issue 37 when you think about it, because with the 0.5s, but 31, guys, can't wait for it. It's going to be an exciting new era of Radiant Black, where we were promised that nothing's ever going to be the same. And we obviously have theories, but just looking at the pages that have been dropped.
Maybe we'll find out what the book is now.
Yeah. We'll finally know what this book really is.
Yeah.
And then we've got Roguesun returning with issue 25. What an incredible time! Like, that's going to be a big deal. I really hope they celebrate issue 25. Guys from the Team Massiverse, if we can get a variant or two for issue 25 just to celebrate it, that would be amazing. Although I'm just, that's more of just like a luxury than some expectation. That would just be really cool. Just so proud of the book. I think it's so good. I can't wait to get volume 4 and add it to the collection. Obviously, been getting the issues here with my issue in the background. And yeah, I hope Rogue Sun keeps on going. It's been such a wild ride. It's been fantastic. We love it here. And like we said before, Ali got the issues from Ryan. We got a bunch of signed issues from Ryan, lots of incentive variants. We want to give them away. Our next giveaway is when we hit 100 subscribers on the channel. So please like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. It helps us grow. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It helps the analytics, and it helps put Rogue Sun out there for more people to check out so that we can keep the series going as long as possible. Because let's face it, what's better than more issues of Rogue Sun? And let's be honest, with more villains.
Yes.
Tons of villains. You know, we love villains over here at the Rogue Sun podcast. So I think that, there's one last thing after the Rogue Sun, which is here is the Radiant Black Massive Edition Book 1 hardcover. FOC, which is final order cutoff, which means it's the last day to pre-order and guarantee yourself a copy. After that, it's really up to however many your shop ordered. Maybe they got enough, maybe they didn't. Who knows? So today is September 26th. This will probably drop either tonight, this episode, or tomorrow on Friday. So FOC, aka final order cutoff for this Radiant Black Massive Edition Book 1 hardcover is Monday, September 30. Make sure to get your pre-orders in, guys. Kyle Higgins mentioned before that if we want more hardcovers in the future for the Massiverse, if we want more hardcovers for Radiant Black, it's going to depend entirely on how well this hardcover does.
Yes.
Also, most of you guys, your most demanded thing when it comes to the Massiverse has been a hardcover for Radiant Black. Even some of you who have yet to dive into the universe have insisted upon getting in the hardcover deluxe version. So here you go. Make sure you get the pre-orders in. You can see there's tons of back matter. And if you're not following Kyle Higgins' Substack, which is free for it's called Black Market News. Here he drops all the news about his imprint, about his company, and about Radiant Black and Massiverse and all that. They recently showed some exclusives. They're doing an exclusive slipcase with the Goni Montez helmet cover, and each one's going to come signed and numbered or something like that. And it's on the Black Market Narrative website store. So go check that out if you want that. And tons of cool exclusives. They even showed some preview pages for the upcoming issues. He actually has a picture of the hardcover itself, and it looks beautiful. Did you guys see that?
Yes, on Twitter.
Yeah. Amazing. It looks amazing. Like, it looks so nice.
I mean, if the trades are always super well done, so I can't imagine how well this is going to look.
I did get something really awesome that we're actually going to make a video about very soon. I forgot to mention this. So recently my girlfriend went to Italy, and I asked her to pick me up the Radiant Black Volume 1, the Italian version, and she did. Nice. And there's actually some slight changes to the Italian version, not in terms of the inside of the book, but there's some cool additions that don't exist, I don't think, in any of the other versions, not as far as I know. Some of them are hilarious. So we're going to make a video kind of talking about how they're different. Some of them are really funny. Like, I can't wait to show this off. But so we're very excited to do that. And in terms of Radiant Black, so first of all, we mentioned Rogue Sun giveaway. We have incentive covers signed by Ryan Parrott, guys. If you want to be entered into the giveaway, let's get to those subscribers to 100. Please like the video, subscribe, comment. We'll get you in the giveaway. And once we hit 100, we'll announce the winner. And we're going to be giving away a Radiant Black Massive Edition Book 1 hardcover. That's crazy, right? That's a $45 US, $60 Canadian hardcover. We're going to be giving that away on the podcast. So all you got to do is subscribe to Radiant Black Podcast. Once the hardcover releases, we'll give it away. So very excited for that. And we will be doing trivia soon for both Rogue Sun and Radiant Black. And of course, as with every trivia we've ever done, there's going to be good times, questions, cheers, jeers, and there's going to be prizes. So, keep that in mind. Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything. Infernals just ended the last issue of the first arc. Trade is coming out very soon, so check that out if you haven't. Our episode of Infernals is going to be dropping shortly after this episode drops, so probably a day or two after this episode drops, we'll drop the Infernals 5 review. Sorry, that one's late. That's on me. And just to announce once more, if you haven't heard earlier in the episode, Becca Carey is working on Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman as the letterer. So big congratulations to her. That's awesome. I see her name in like half the DC books these days, and it always makes me happy. So fantastic stuff.
I did actually hear, speaking of Massiveverse people, French Carla Manga, he is, I heard he got a job with DC. So he's starting his first job with DC.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's super cool. I can't wait to see what he's doing. I just, anything he does, I'm going to be picking it up because he's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that. I did not know. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time to be a fan of comics. We've got the Massiveverse, we've got the Energon universe, we've got James Tynion doing all those crazy books that he's doing, and the horror renaissance with he's leading the way for. Really, we've got at Marvel doing this entire One Nation on Doom era and the Ultimate Universe. We've got DC with the All In and the Absolute line. Such a great time to be a fan of
That's
comics.
crazy. And Ryan's new book, is that in the new that comes out in the new year, right?
Yes. So I think is it this year? So let me check real quick. So there's a new book from Ryan called Vicarious. It's from it's from Boom Studios, and it's releasing October 16, 2024. So FOC was last
Oh, cool.
Monday. Yeah, great cover A.
Coming soon too. Love it.
Yeah. So we'll give you a synopsis here real quick. So it says, enter Justin, an aimless 20-something desperate for human connection and excitement. After a dangerous encounter reveals itself as a fortuitous opportunity, Justin finds just what he's looking for in the secret world of proxies, young, pretty, ambitious hustlers like himself who allow the rich access to their feelings and experiences through a technological implant. Does Justin have what it takes to make it in this seductive new world? It says New York Times bestselling and fan favorite Mighty Morphin Power Rangers writer Brian Parrott, the Infernal's roguesun, debuts his first original comic and is joined by acclaimed artist Eleonora Carlini, or out as Radiant Black, for this brand new original sci-fi psychological thriller. So if you guys are Massiveverse fans, you know Carlini for the infinity gems of covers that she's done, her classic iconic lines of covers that she's done for the Massiveverse, with the title and everything, with the character in the middle. So it's really exciting to see her on an ongoing book. I pre-ordered my copy. I can't wait for this one. So check that out, October 16 at your local comic book shops.
Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. But yeah, maybe we talk about the first couple issues.
We will cover it on the show. We will cover it. We will 100%. You guys know we're parrot heads, so we're gonna cover it on the show. So Infernals might be on hiatus. At least we'll have Vicarious in the meantime. So exciting.
When that comes back, we'll be back on Infernals, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anything Ryan puts out, yeah, just doing great work right now.
Hell
great work.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's everything. I kind of before this, I've kind of just realized how close Radiant Black's getting, and it's getting me more excited. But
too.
yeah, I can't wait to kind of get back into the swing of things. And yeah, even Ryan's new book. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. So can't wait for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate every single one of you. It's always such a good time to come here and talk about the Massiveverse books. It's just always so much fun. We really love the books, and we do this because we love the books. And make sure you guys get your pre-orders in for the hardcovers or any of the other trades or issues that we mentioned today. Final order cutoff is coming soon, and we'll see you next time for the next issue of roguesun. Go Rogue, everyone.